Let's see. I do want to listen to this.
Bang on in that time period is not very far away. They built giant stone megaliths and pillars and stuff that, 10, 20 tons. There was a culture doing that at that time. It's like,
the time
here's
is
your answer.
9,000 years ago.
Yeah, well, no,
Göbekli Tepe,
9,000
right?
BC.
9,000 BC, so that is 11,000 years ago. Yeah.
Around that. And,
Yeah.
and there's not only but now it's Karahan Tepe and all these tepes. There might be dozens of sites now. They're even bigger than Göbekli.
So you know that there is an ancient civilization creating some cool megalithic shit around 11,000 years ago.
Yeah.
And then it just so happens if you look at Egypt around 11,000 years ago, it was kind of wet.
Right, in that period, yes, there was rainfall, erosion, but look, I also know that it wasn't just that period, and I know Schoch has had to be pretty, political and cautious in his estimates.
Yeah.
But I do know that he also does push it back for when pressed. I mean, he can go back for 50, 60, 75,000 years old because. There's other correlations with the Sphinx, the age of Leo. This is where we
explain
get
that. So this is what I think is quite interesting. So let's just say we're operating in that 9, 10, 11,000 year range.
Yeah.
The Sphinx, as we see it now, is this lion that has a human's head.
Yes.
Right? But the head is too small for the body.
That's crazy.
And if you were a brilliant, what are they called? A stonemason?
Yeah, stone carver.
Stone carver like that. You're not going to make a mistake like that. If you're the same people that built the pyramids to exact proportions,
Yeah.
you're not going to have this tiny little head and be like, oopsie, I guess we didn't figure that one out.
Yeah.
So what a common theme is that they came across the Sphinx and it had a lion's head. And then which pharaoh chopped it up and made the human one?
Yeah, we don't know. Well, it's attributed to Khafra, the owner of the Middle Pyramid, the son of Khufu, the Big Pyramid, 4th dynasty. That's generally what they say. You're absolutely right about the head. When you go there and look at it, the head's too small.
Yeah.
And the Egyptians, they were master craftsmen, and they built they made a lot of statues, did a lot of work. Absolute masters of proportion. I don't think they would have got that wrong either.
Yeah.
And there's an interesting thing about that too. It's like a story about the erosion because it goes back to the fissures on the wall in the enclosure. They say, oh, that's wind and sand erosion. This is what they say, and you're like, okay. Well, if you give that thing 50 years, you know what happens, right? It fills up to its neck in sand or its chest in sand.
Yeah.
So how long?
Yeah, when we discovered the Sphinx, I don't know how long ago.
Oh, Napoleon ran across. I mean, we knew it was there. We've known about it for a long time.
When
But
it was discovered, it was buried up to the top. I didn't even know it had the body.
Yeah, it's like this head sticking out of the
All
ground.
the pyramids too. They've had to excavate to get to the bottom of these pyramids.
Oh yeah,
right?
to get to the actual bottom layers. Yeah.
Yeah. So I thought. So you're basically saying it was protected by sand.
Well,
it can't be eroded.
So that's the thing. How long does it take for this to be exposed, for it to be, to get this wind and sand erosion on it?
Yeah.
And then you know what you don't see on the head? Wind and sand erosion. You don't see these vertical fissures. But that's the part of the Sphinx that's sticking up above the sand that would be hit by wind and sand all the time.
Yeah.
So what is this telling you? Is okay, so is this head just it's the same type of limestone? I mean, it varies in layers.
Yeah.
But it's this is way fresher. The head's way fresher than the rest.
So let's assume they did.
I'm gonna listen to some fucking Tech 9. Sorry. Things I like. Official music video. Like I Ain't. Things I like. Let's see. 8 days ago.
I like a really hot morn, waking up going head so rough she get her top torn. I like feeling like I shot porn. I like bunch of crunch inside of my salted and buttered popcorn. I like my people and crew that know when it come to me they never take no fecal in you. I like Android over iPhone, but I'm thinking of getting one. I like the fans, I feel like I'm y'all play brother.
No.
Super elite, I be ripping it all day for ya. I like red, white, black, and all gray colors. And an ethnic outfit.
Yeah. OBS reconnection successful. Okay, okay. It wasn't Discord. It was OBS.
This ring. Got me a top notch, straight hot fox. We shot rocks in the Ewok slot. Was caught, got dropped, 2 playing hopscotch on the block. Art not twat plot. Yo, for hops, not a broad dot. This ring. Help me remain sane. No dame games. Came from bang to a change man. No cane thing. Refrain from gang bang. Slang a brain reigns. Family fame, then came pain.
Say hello to Tech 9.
Everybody wanna be down with a nigga, women get it with it, the money thinking of taking it from it. They get up in the club, giving the love, throwing the pussy full of liquor and bud. Booty hopping around, up in the mode, get to looking around every hole when I look a nigga low. Infatuated with niggas with dough, get them in a second, trying to make them let it go.
Oh, Tech 9. I was gonna say this ring. This is stuff I listened to all day in high school. You got my brother's number?
I don't never wanna break another heart for this. Why the devil gotta make it when I love, wanna make something that'll kill something so marvelous. Brings demeaning demons and G-strings. Songs we sing, make them fiends singing and green things. Living thinking of being misfit.
With this ring, say hello to Tech 9.
Bitches wouldn't even wanna
Be with Tech 9.
if I did no
Music for you, respect mine.
wedding band and music draws a line between life.
And Tech 9.
Was supposed to protect a nigga best for niggas who couldn't stop having sex with bitches. Bless the missus who stressed to kiss us even though we spend our sex with strippers. Obsessed with clitorises. Made a nigga feel macho. Crop for my face Diablo with a hostile gospel. If I can't have tres or cuatro little vatos, I'm a little afro with this El Libanasco with a nostril. That's how like Tech 9. With a weed with a motherfucking blow in the hole. Next to me is ecstasy, asking me if I'm gonna roll. Bitches never gave a fuck about a fling. Makes it exciting. When a man nigga wanna fuck around and a bitch knew it down for the flame. I've been tested and a lot of times been invested. Didn't know this tech shit would constantly get a nigga molested. Been approached by some of the best tricks in the game and they came strong when I hanged on to this ring and I hope my son don't sing the same song. This ring brings demeaning demons and songs we sing, singing and green. Clinging, dreaming, thinking of being misfit. With this ring, I wasn't Tech 9. Bitches wouldn't even wanna be with Tech 9. If I did no music, then would you respect mine? This wedding band and music draws a line between life and Tech 9. Crazy J told me superstars are good providers, but 2 times out of 10 when we on tour, family's not beside us. What can a nigga do when he make ends? Add more to the time they spend. While they make ends, everything else break in, and the bond of the house may end. And your wife be steady yelling about quality time, and you think with all the fame and fortune shit ought to be fine. But what happens when the divorce papers just gotta be signed, and you lose half in your children, cause you gotta be 9. I wanna relax with them and
Spend time to the maximum.
but if silence
This is golden, then me making noise is platinum.
I gotta be tech and daddy and hubby, but music women mixed with families ugly. I know and you know that hella be hot for a nigga's infidelity. But until then, God forgive me for any promises that I broke. Family can I be forgiven for all the liquor and weed that I smoke? When I succeed, will I cope? Will I still breathe without both? This ring, Tech 9? I don't know, but when I go, I'm leaving out dough. This ring brings demeaning demons and G-strings. Songs we sing, make them fiends seeming and green things. Clinging, dreaming, thinking of being misfit. With this ring, if I wasn't Tech 9, bitches wouldn't even wanna be with Tech 9. If I did no music, then would you respect?
Sorry, baby, no, no.
This wedding band and music draws a line between life.
Te dije que me cerraron las puertas.
Tech 9, this ring, Tech 9, Tech 9, Tech 9, Tech 9. paid $20,000 to no goddamn DJ to play my motherfucking song, nigga. If you like it, you play it. I've always been like a humble dude, but I've come to the realization that, and I'm gonna say this. This is the first time I ever said this on camera. I'm gonna give it to y'all first, because I'm truly on fuck everybody type shit right now.
Make sure I get that.
I'm gonna say, no one can beat us making music. When I say fuck you niggas, you know what I'm saying? That's real, people like a different way. I feel nobody wanna play with me. And I feel that they treat me like I stand on the club. The industry in my phone, they treat me like I got a red nose. Red nose. Red nose.
New Tech 9 stuff.
I got my face painted, crazed, ain't it? Then a black dude looking like he got a white tattoo. People thinking they maintain it by evil. Treat you like fecal, wanna be few when they meet you. People perceive you to be lethal when you ain't see through like tissue. I feel like the industry giving me vivid stupidity when it distributes these fictitious sissies. When I rip it so serious and wickedly, no forgiving these. When I claim restraint, everyone telling me I'm insane with vein. I'm an independent, talented individual working, but the industry is the reindeer game. And they call me Rudolph the Red. They know when I whip a mic, but I chew off the head. Spit it at the PDs and DJs and DJs and DJs. You figure you can do off a ledge. If he tough, we snuffing. Homie, trust me, nothing. It's worse than knowing you're beautiful, but get treated like an ugly duckling. So I'm Rocky Dennis, but I'm so polished, nothing can stop me in this. Bad in the brain and the good is not replenished. The fakers who imitate me and mock me finish. We check the mail, yes it's real. Through strange, I don't need to make the label record deal. It's real, people like a different way with me. I feel nobody wanna play with me. And that's real, cause they treat me like a stand on the clothes. The industry of my folks, they treat me like I got a red nose. Red nose, red nose. You gotta treat me like I got a red nose. Red nose, red nose. Don't make me clown and have to go put on my red nose. They tend to stray away from me because I'm different. It's been this way with me ever since I was an infant. The kids were jealous, they see that the look up of my eyes seemed hellish. Never knowing later in life I would relish the thought of me ballin', living my life and sell it. I blame it on program directors, go and request us, no damn select us. But if you got a lot of domain, they bless ya, shook and depress ya. When you knowin' that it ain't nobody better, man. Stuck up in the cold when the bad weather came. Now they got to see me living it up in Chevy Gang. Coming from the front of a plane till we never rain. So I throw up the finger to everybody who got to show up with me. I'm thinking that something you never show up for dream up. I'm feeling so heavy you can show up, Katrina. You just do it. Take it. Can you almost face it? Technina is sacred. All of you hate me faggots couldn't see me with laces. Red nose, the leader so far. You gotta be ready to get up and go was the motto. Made it through everything negative, bravo. The money that's coming to me felt like I won the lotto. Now I'm about to put the sleigh on auto. Swoop down on the DJ, tell him when I quit the replays. Nigga, put Technina in the Serato. It's real, people like a different way with me. I feel don't nobody wanna play with me. And that's real, they treat me like a stand on the clothes. The industry in my phone, they treat me like I got a red nose. Red nose, red nose. You gotta treat me like I got a red nose. Red nose, red nose. Don't make me clown and have to go put on my red nose. I'm coming and driving my short bus. With this nose, I don't need a torch up. Busting through like the industry's torture. Coming after who didn't support us. Rip down its bleachers. I'm cause my sound is ether. Underground up and down this creature. Not scared of a nigga with clownish features. I'm making a name outside your mainstream. Real, it wasn't an insane dream. From the beginning, I really came clean. Grew up, I can see strange gleams. Take it over and gain green. Strange music in RBC along with Fontana. We gon' change things. Now it's a funny that we know I can fly away. But we don't hate us, all the deep darkest hideaway. Why do they do me wrong? My music truly strong. Because I'm different, all you cowards wanna see me gone. Yes, this is strange here. Worldwide flames near. But the game's queer. Sometimes I feel like I'm Rudolph the reindeer. And the music they said blows. It's on top of the trend grows. You're gonna have to open up the door for the bro with the red nose. It's real, people act a different way with me. I feel don't nobody wanna
Don't fight this. Hey! Oh my god. I was so scared. I was so fucking scared, bro. La da 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 da. Loaded, wise words being quoted. When they glistening, I'm a ghost. Enemies, see me flee, activate my hate. Never stop to aim. Mama told me never stop until I bust a nut. Fuck the world if they can just. Run quick, see what do we have here now? La, da, 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 da. Promise, mate. Katie, Kylie. Mama checking in my bedroom. I ain't there. No one-way trip to prison. Life is thugs. I'll be there in the dark. Now, Hail Mary, nigga, come with me. Hail Mary, nigga, run quick, see. What do we have here now? You wanna ride or die? Hello. Come with me. Run quick, see. What do we have here now? Like some scandalous freaks. It's only one way up. Hold their head, stay up. All my niggas get the way up. If the song is the song, we break beat, breaks out, going for a paper chase. Man, you relate to the shit I don't got. Beat shit I gotta take. Dealing with fate. Over God, over the day. If the song is the song, we break beat, breaks out, going for a paper chase. Man, you relate to the shit I don't got. Beat shit I gotta take. Dealing with fate. Over God, over the day.
Traveling on this way we go. Sometimes like we are in below, but we riding like a bullet. Well, maybe we won't worry, everything will come. We won't worry, everything will curry. Yes, we free like a bird in the tree. We're running from the death and tree. This is the time for we need to turn. Hail Mary, Hail Mary.
West side.
Fucking go back. Was literally at a tickle to die. No way I couldn't kill him, bro. See, I guess, yeah, please don't.
Te traje este que le abrí en la noche porque tenía mucho enfermo.
You just met me.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up.
I get around.
You win.
Gotta share this. It was you guys holding me back all along. On my other account.
Ain't nothing but against the party. Oh shit. You fucked up, man. You done put two of America's most wanted in the same motherfucking place at the same motherfucking time.
I guess it was you guys all along.
Break out the shit, glasses and
Oh, that's so funny. So the joke is that certain people that we play with are the reason why we lose. And when I play by myself, I win every fucking match. So I'm like, guess it was you guys all along. You suck, he says.
so now they got a slate to multi-millionaire motherfuckers catch a case. Bitches get ready for the throwdown. The shit's about to go down. Me and Snoop about to clown. I'm losing my religion. I'm vicious on these stool pigeons. You might be deep in this game, but you got the fools missing. Niggas be acting like you savage. They out to get the cabbage. I got nothing but love for my niggas living
I
lavish.
got a pit named Pete, she niggerina. I got a house out in the hills, right next to Sheena. And I think I got a black Beamer, but my dream is to own a fly casino like Bugsy Siegel and do it all illegal and get scooped up by the little homie in the Regal. It feel good to you, baby bubba. You see, this is for the G's and the keys, motherfucker.
Now follow as we ride. Motherfucker, rap two of the best from the west side. And I can make you famous. Niggas been down for years. So how can they blame us? I live in fear of a felony. I never stop felonies. Motherfucking G's. If you got it, better flaunt it. Another one.
Where is my
You won't remember the smoke won't. That's why I fucked your bitch, you fat motherfucker. West side, bad boy killers. You know who the realest is, niggas. We bring it to you. Fuck your bitch in the clique you claim. West side, when we ride, come equipped with game. You claim to be a player, but I fucked your wife. We bust on bad boys, niggas fuck for life. Plus, Puffy tryna see me weak, hearts I rip. Biggie Smalls and Junior Mafia, some mark ass bitches. We keep on coming while we running for your juice. Steady gunning, keep on busting at the boots. You know the rules. Little Caesar, go ask your homie how I leave you. Cut your young ass up, leave you in pieces. Now be deceased. No kid, don't fuck around with real G's. Quick to snatch your ugly ass off the streets. So fuck peace. I let the niggas know it's on for life. Don't let the West Side ride the night. Bad boy murdered on wax and kill. Fuck with me and get your cats peeled. You know, see, grab your blocks when you see Tupac. Call the cops when you see Tupac. Who shot me, but your punks didn't finish. Now you're about to feel the wrath of a menace. Nigga, I hit him up. Check this out. You motherfuckers know what time it is. I don't even know why I'm on this track. Y'all niggas ain't even on my level. I'ma let my little homies ride on you bitch made ass bad boy bitch. Feel.
Get out the way, yo, get out the way, yo. Biggie Smalls just got dropped. Little move past the Mac. And let me hit him in his back. Frank White needs to get spanked right for setting traps. Little accident murderers. And I ain't never heard of ya. Poisonous cats attack when I'm so good. Swank the shake. When I can't. Guard your rank and SummerSlam. Running through, nigga. And I'm smoking Junior Mafia in front of you, nigga. With the ready power. Tucking my gas under my Eddie Bauer. The clown petty sour. I'll push packages every hour. Hit him up.
Grab your blocks when you see Tupac. Call the cops
When you see Tupac, who shot me, but your punks didn't finish. Now you're about to feel the wrath of a menace.
Nigga, we hit 'em up. We probably do it. Keep it real. It's penitentiary steel. This ain't no freestyle battle. All you niggas getting killed with your mouths open. Trying to come up off of me, you in the clouds open. Smoking dope, it's like a Sherm. Niggas think they learn to fly.
Like, this fool was smoking Sherm, dog.
Talking about you getting money, but it's funny to me. All you niggas living for me while you fucking with me. I'm a self-made millionaire. Thug living out of prison, pistols in the air. Biggie, remember when I used to let you sleep on the couch and make a bitch to let you sleep in the house? Now it's all about Versace. You copy my style. 5 shots couldn't drop me. I took it and smiled. Now I'm back to set the record straight. With my AK, I'm still the thug that you love to hate. Motherfucker, I hear
From any W jurors with plenty murders occurs. No points of comments, we bring the drama to all you heard. Now we check the scenario. Little C's, I bring you fake G's. See your knees, copy please in these scenario. Little Kim is you coked up or doped up. Little Junior Whopper click smoked up. What the fuck is you stupid? I take money, crashing and mash through Brooklyn. When my click looting, shooting and polluting your block. With 15 shot, cock lock to your knot. Outlaw mafia click, moving up another notch. In your box top spots, get mopped and dropped. On your fake ass East Coast props, brainstormed and locked.
Use a beat writer, a pop style taker. I tell you to your face, you ain't shit but a faker. So for the Alizé with a chaser. About to get
Soften the Alizé with a chaser. That's funny.
Caesar in a choke, something smoke. We ain't no motherfucking joke, dog. Like niggas better be known. We approaching in a wide open gun smoking. No need for hoping it's a battle lost. I got 'em crossed as soon as the phone is popping off. Nigga, I hit 'em up. Now you tell me who won. I see them, they run. They don't wanna see us. Whole Junior Mafia clique dressing up trying to be us. How the fuck they gonna be the mob when we always on our job? We millionaires. Killing ain't fair, but somebody gotta do it. Oh yeah, Mob Deep. You wanna fuck with us? You little young ass motherfuckers. Don't one of you niggas got sickle cell or something? You fucking with me, nigga, you fuck around, have a seizure or heart attack. You better back the fuck up
Before you get smacked the fuck up.
It's how we do it on our side. Any of you niggas from New York that wanna bring it, bring it. But we ain't singing.
We bringing drama. Fuck you and your motherfucking mama.
We gonna kill all you motherfuckers. Now when I came out, I told you it was just about Biggie. Then everybody had to open their mouth with a motherfucker opinion. Well, this how we gonna do this. Fuck Mob Deep. Fuck Biggie. Fuck Bad Boy as a staff, record label, and as a motherfucking crew. And if you wanna be down with Bad Boy, then fuck you too.
Chino XL, fuck you too.
All you niggas, fuck you too.
Fuckers die slow, motherfuckers.
Motherfuckers, fuck you, die slow, motherfucker. My phone
Make sure all you kids don't grow.
You motherfuckers can't be us or see us. We motherfucking thug like riders, west side till we die. Out here in California, nigga, we warn you, we'll bomb on you motherfuckers. We do our job. You think
You mob, we the motherfucking mob out here.
Our shit go triple and 4 quadruple. You niggas laugh 'cause our staff got
Guns underneath their belt.
You know how it is when we drop records, they fail.
We bad boy, killing. Yeah, bro, Tupac was on some shit, bro. That motherfucker was spoofing his brains out, bro. What is this? HP? More HP? No. Cause the cow wasn't there. Didn't cry. Cause my anger wouldn't let me feel for a stranger. For a father, he was gone.
I hung around with the thugs, and even though they sold drugs, they showed a young brother love. I moved out, started really hanging. I needed money of my own, so I started slanging. I ain't guilty, cause even though I sell right,
in this account, I have black emblems. In the other account, I have 0 black emblems. Crazy. Don't want me to be doing good. Cause you care for me.
And I can see you coming home after work late.
Oh.
Trying to fix us a holiday.
Fashion. Oh, you can do still the fashion items? That's cool, I guess.
And mama made
Miracles every Thanksgiving.
But now the road got rough, you belong. You're trying to raise 2 bad kids on your own. And there's no way I can pay you back. But my plan is to show you that I understand. You are
if you're a mom, fuck. This is the jam. I can always depend on my mama.
And when it seems that I'm hopeless, you say the words that can get me back in focus. When I was sick as a little kid, to keep me happy, there's no limit to the things you did. And all my childhood memories are full of all the sweet things you did for me. And even though I act crazy, I gotta thank the Lord that you made me. There are no words that can express how I feel. You never kept a secret, always stayed real. And I appreciate how you raised me. And all the extra love that you gave me. I wish I could take the pain away. If you can make it through the night, there's a brighter day. Everything will be alright if you hold on. It's a struggle every day, gotta roll on. There's no way I can pay you back. But my plan is to show you that I understand. You all appreciate it. Dear mama, there's no one above us. You all appreciate it. Don't you know we love you, sweet. Dear mama, dear mama.
Try not to collect none of those. I don't know why, but I just feel like that's just better. The sweeter the juice, to say the darker the flesh and the deeper the roots.
I know they like to beat you down a lot. When you come around the block, brothers clown a lot. Please don't cry, dry your eyes, never let up. Forgive, but don't forget, girl, keep your head up. And when he tells you you ain't nothing,
Don't believe him. Learn to love him, you should leave him.
cause sister, you don't need. And I ain't trying to gas up, I just call him how I see. You know what makes me unhappy? That when brothers make babies and leave a young mother to be a cat. And since we all came
From a woman, got a game from a woman, and I came from a woman. Do we hate our women? Man, Pac was on it, dude. He real to a woman. We'll have a race of babies that'll hate the ladies and make the baby. Since the man can't make one, he has the right to tell the women when to wear to create one. Garchomp, are those good teams? Are those good teams? I don't think they're good teams. Maybe the one with Pikachu is a good team. I don't think the other team was a good team. Yeah, like I don't know, maybe. Who knows? I remember Marvin Gaye used to say to me, yeah, I be feeling like what's the thing to be? Trying to find my friends, but they blowing in the wind. I got buddy buried at 30. That's funny. No hope for the truth is there ain't no hope for the future. I blame my mother for turning my brother into a black baby. And he knows better. What was I gonna do? Buy the other items. I got no monies. Look at that broke dude. Let's see who's worth 5. Who's got a 5? You got no. You got a 5 on me. Probably should get the Gardevoir actually. Let me get some money for that Gardevoir. Hell of a hand without a plan. But outside, you looking fearless. Pac was dope, bro. Pac was a beast, homie. I was given this world, I couldn't take it. I didn't make it. I'm taking old. This is driving Benz to survive and friends. You gotta keep your head up.
The blind stares of a million pairs of eyes, looking hard but won't realize that they'll never see the peace.
You ain't know.
They got me stressed out on death row. I seen money, but baby, I got to get more. You screaming, go to pop, and I ain't stop until I'm well paid. Bills paid now, nigga, look what hell made. Bitches and cops and sirens. Niggas on the bar, bunch of thug life, niggas on the ride. Until I die.
That's right. I'm gonna buy it.
And when I'm rolling by, niggas can't see me. The stairs of a million pairs of eyes, and you'll never realize. We getting word that these square motherfuckers with nerve saying they can get with us, but picture me getting served. My own mama say I'm thugged out. My shit be popping out the record store as if it was a drug house. My lyrics bang like a grip of blood. Nigga, what? It ain't nothing but a party when we thug. And there I was, a young nigga with hope. Ain't had shit to lose. Pulling my pistol on the fools. You know the rules. DRE, you got me heated. My words like a penitentiary dick. Hitting bitches with the most needed. Money and weed. LSA and Hennessy. To my thug niggas in lockdown with this feet. Bail on these hoes and flow smoke. The life of a boss player. Fuck what you thought though. My enemies deceased. Die like a bitch with my album in the streets. Niggas can't see me.
Oh, I got money. Look at that. I'm a baby. I guess supposed to be sick or something in the freezer? Okay, I don't know. Mami? Oh, okay. No sé entonces, mami. Is this a random match? Yeah, random match. Oh, rank, random. Okay. Realize. Look at that, level 20. Oh, okay, it's this season what I've done, right? Is that the battle? Is that like how long you've gone through your battle pass? Fuck it, let's go.
You can't see.
Loca the party. Su ciudad. En la ciudad. En la ciudad. I want to go back to listening to Tech 9, my boy. Slacker. E. Oh, pop match.
I know one thing, man. I'm gonna have my kicks before the whole shit
Look at that.
goes up in flames.
I don't want Greninja to be a good jungler.
Drink and be merry. Tomorrow you may die. That's what life's about, man. Good times, good salad. Yo, I'm a product of Reaganomics, neurotic. They say anomics just got up inhaling chronic. The oddest, I'm staying honest. I'm about to make it famous, so you can take the J.O.B. and you can shove it up your anus. I ain't never understood how the world works, but I always understood why the girls twerk. For a baller, not a 9 to 5, barely making it with disgust behind your eyes. So I just grip my piece, rip my fleece, out to take your lip off cheap. With my peeps, we ruthless. If you got money and juice, and goose get toothless. We loose up 2/5, we useless. I wanna kick it, but ain't got the dough. Sneaking the concert trip and make them stop the show. We got to go. Push me and I sock the pole. Getting the bell from my parents is impossible. I'm a slacker. I'm a slacker.
Double team, smoke screen. Yeah, smoke screen for sure.
I'm a slacker. I'm a slacker. I'm a slacker. Now you can tell by my everyday fits. I ain't rich. I sneak with a piece when I grit. I'm just another gap man caught up in the mix. Trying to take your dollar and your 15 cents.
About a nickel.
I stay real, you lame.
I play video games.
Kansas City, more brains, it's gritty, slow game. We diddy pop with really no change.
All day.
And people holla how you do that there. Why your pants hanging low and why you grew that hair. Lighting a pleaser with my people riding a Regal. Always in trouble with coppers cause we driving illegal. And I ain't never giving them leeway to hear me name. The judicial assembly's gay. Hey, I come out at night cause I sleep all day. Trying to get with Def Jam Loud or MCA. I'm a slacker. I'm a slacker. I'm a slacker. I'm a slacker. Every time I take a look around, I'm a slacker. I'm a slacker. Check. To the party and my homies got to pay for me. Holidays can just be another day for me. Getting drunk, hoping I get to the Krilla safely. Pray for me, cause I'm needing money majorly. Sit at home watching MTV with an MTP. OCKET, I MP3. Everything that I hear on the street. Never buy, don't deny, I'm the fear, I'm the beat. You say get a job, I say hit a knob. Cause the way you run the world is every bit of fraud. So what you ask of me? You get no tax from me. I got whites, native, and Mexican, and black for me. Huh, I'm trying to get up there with Master P. Pass the D, cause that's the way it has to be. We race to be free, we trust to be G. It's a fuck to be clean, it sucks to be me. I'm a slacker. Never did I have a lot of dough. I'm a slacker. I'm a slacker. I'm a slacker. Every time I take a look around, I'm a slacker. 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 Every time I take a look around, I'm a slacker. I'm a slacker. My nigga down. Known you for a long time, nigga. We did a lot of shit together, man. Music tip, man. Beautiful shit we did, dog. Remember we went out to LA, man, with Quincy, man, made all that shit pop, Big Mouth and everybody, Dub C, everybody. Had a lot of good times, sizzling. But that shit's about to come to an end, dog. You know, never have I ever crossed anybody. Y'all niggas know me. The sands of time have already started to pour against me. So listen hard. Speak real softly. Like this. Just think. What if I could just blink this shit away? Niggas think. Because a nigga bust, I got grips and grips to pay. The pain grows and fame and cane goes with change and strange hoes and bang and range rolls for bangs. Same shows with lames, the rain rolls will stain. Insane foes who drain and hang rolls with brains. If you caught it, that means you got it. If you caught it, that means you should shut it.
¡Ey! ¡Vámonos, cabrones!
So harsh, but parts gon' make your heart blow.
Dogs are loose.
And don't be wuzzing me, cuzzing me, bugging me about dubs. I be muzz till these clubs really loving me. It hurts my nigga to hurt my nigga, but hurt my nigga is what's inspiring these spurts, my nigga. At first, my nigga used to be my homie, used to be my age. Yeah, yelling, you gon' slap the taste out my mouth. Nigga, I never scare. Savoir fairs everywhere. If you need me, believe me, it's easy to put hoes in shock or teasy. Watch the Wheezies, lots of talk is easy. Some say I should worry and watch where I walk.
Yada, yada, yada.
Nigga, that's just talk. I'm a friend. If I was a foe, what would be knocking at your front door? Some say I should worry and watch where I walk. Yada, 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 nigga, that's just talk. I'm a friend. If I was a foe, what would be knocking at your front door? The industry's faulty, industry salty. The industry cost me, industry brought me. The industry taught me, industry caught me. You niggas know that the industry's off me. I ain't a snake, nigga, all I did is make niggas. Money was sunny, now it's funny you play. I hate niggas over some cake. The fate of a show me state, nigga, in my face will be down on the grave to late, nigga. I don't speak a lot, I peep a lot, I creep a lot. And people who speak it usually weak and out for peace and no beef a lot. Remember we used to kick it like bros. Now you niggas act like bitches and hoes. With the liquor souls. Tech a 9, I got the wickedest flows. No kid in this mode. Our misery never will get with this rogue. I'm pissed at this hole. Little facade of crypt that is sold. Instead of a rap, I still twisted his nose. Who kept so nitty from killing you? Who kept diamonds from drilling you? Who kept killing niggas from Bill Dillon you? So now you can take away me and keep on talking crazy. And I'ma let them know where you keep your baby and where you stay, D. Some say I should worry and watch where I walk. Yada, 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 nigga, that's just talk. I'm a friend. If I was a foe, what would be knocking at your front door? Some say I should worry and watch where I walk. Yada, 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 nigga, that's just talk. I'm a friend. If I was a foe, what would be knocking at your front door? You can't turn enough motherfuckers against me. You can't find a harder rapper that'll convince me. I'm with the Cantys, the Ashbys, the White Bears, the Junes, the Harrises, and the motherfucking Timleys. The theories, the Byers, the Kennedys. You know the families that are known to be bad for humanity. Can he be bad? Can he be tough? Can he be rough? No green gloves are considered to be rough enough. Nobody likes you, not even your bitch is. I'm a witness. They sick of your disrespectful way of speaking explicit. Always talking about how big your dick is. Better hope angelic go multiply in the make it your riches, blood. This is the end of men who were once friends. And then one asshole thought he was something. When punks bend over, they get fucked. Hand over them tech tapes or get stuck. You must think I'm soft for talking to Icy Rock about knocking the Nina out. I'm tripping without a doubt. I'ma tell you who really is your friend. Bill McCarty, and maybe you and him can get together and tell it like it is again. It's over, man. I hope you brought your Novocaine. I know the pain is slowly taking over brain. So calm that motherfucking wombat. I don't need no Don Juan tracks to calm bomb on round. Say I should worry and watch where I walk. It's just talk. I'm a friend. If I was a foe, what would be knocking at your front door? Some say I should worry and watch where I walk. Yada, 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 nigga, that's just talk. I'm a friend. If I was a foe, what would be knocking at your front door?
That's what I'm speaking on, dog. That's real shit. Nigga once said to me, nigga walk around like his shit don't stink, don't cut your nose off and stick it up your ass, you can smell that shit. You know what I'm saying? Dog. You first blood, man. That's dog shit. You know what I'm saying? That ain't no friend. Talking about knocking me out, nigga. You on what armor? Yo.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up.
Kind of like a bot match, but you know, I'll take it. Don't want to be done.
You win.
Welcome to Misery Park. We deep rooted in this, you know what I'm saying? KCMO, KCK, you know what I'm saying? That's how we do it. Tech 9 in this piece. Certain music represent. Welcome to Misery, where the killers pop it up. And when I say pop it up, I mean dealing with the tongue of the gun. We can do it if anybody wanted, whether rapping niggas are clapping up another, tell everyone. Misery loves company, so we deal with the enemy. When it be energy, sending me the route. I'm negativity tripping with me, you're running for your life, cause you ran your mouth. Same or we can bang, it ain't no game, we untamed. Whether it's fame or we can aim, release your brains, it ain't no thing.
Hey, vámonos, cabrones.
We living in pain and
¿A dónde van?
it's you. listen, man, stay in your lane. Saying we can bang, it ain't no game. We untamed, whether it's fame or we can aim, release your brains, it ain't no thing. You're insane, we living in pain, and it's a shame that you came and got drained. Listen, man, stay in your lane. Finna witness the murderous monologue of a menace coming from out of a sinister, formidable place. I can let you know the ins and the outs, and I can spit it wicked, twisted, and you can see by the look on my face. Give me the mic and I'ma mangle it, tangle it. Definitely the people see that I got the hang of it. Pity you gotta try to make a mockery of a city who rock 'em and block 'em, pockets you, baby, we dangerous. Came to get strange with it, bang with it, stop and get a little untamed with it. Get the chopper like a fully, you bully with a hoodie, shoulda get up and take him out of spit came with it. Well, the answer is right before your eyes. Who do you despise? Killers, we chop you, we got to stop you, pop, and you gussing. Get up out of the way, we'll take a need to be busting. Gotta give it up, I'm a veteran like Edison, I'ma light 'em up and get in your head again. I'm better than ever, never let a feather in, doesn't be fetishing. Separate, hit the mic and then we peddling medicine. I'm a chopper, automatic kicking the ammunition, killing the competition. No, it ain't nobody hotter. Damaging everything and everybody, you know we on a mission. Listen to me, how can I make you understand I'm a general? Even if you pop in the competition is minimal. Can't see the killers and you can bet that we criminals. The demon inside of me keep on telling me when to go. So I'ma keep repping the Midwest choppers, freaking flows, and I'm about to be up on top of this and truly be busting. Begging for mercy, you punk, I ain't giving you nothing. Saying we can bang, it ain't no game, we untamed. Whether it's fame or we can aim, release your brains, it ain't no thing. You're insane, we living in pain, and it's a shame that you came and got trained to listen, man, stay in your lane. Saying we can bang, it ain't no game, we untamed. Whether it's fame or we can aim, release your brains, it ain't no thing. You're insane, we living in pain, and it's a shame that you came and got trained to listen, man, stay in your lane.
Surely we be the best in the mirror, so we cake the bite. Talking about women, I'm talking about paper. The only dilemma is to the center, get coded and winning the competition with a show. The killer must be like a fully already made. When you never wake up with the beretta tough white under my sweater, and we hotter than lava. The weather, my killers be keeping it poppin', poppin'. You tight, but my killers are better. We keep it chopper like a blender, eating boys up and then the guillotine. We chop our hands off and throw 'em out the window. We too critical, we yelling, you walking away looking so pitiful. The ADT, we be the number one contenders. When it comes to the street, we still post on the block. For the killer, my life, my middle finger up to the cops on the way to the studio. They go and make it a hot track. They be loving the way that we spit it when we play comedy. Love to devote to the definition. Never sold to my opposition. It's my fault to the road. I spit like a Tommy and anybody in my way. I'm a photo, make me and my killer gorillas when they can spit it. Call this boys be trying to battle cause they want a position, but they ain't never getting it because we better and bigger. And like I told you, we the number one competitors. Killer working, they bring it to the
Fuck!
they get the millions. In a whole nother century, they develop in dilemma chemistry. You can never cross with them. Ignorance out of the EB. I submit the irregular like Ingra, even like other my uncle is lost. You can try to read us, you can try to beat us, try to get your speed up, but it ain't gon' matter. Cause after we get finished bustin', ain't gon' be no laughter. We taking over the map, we're taking into the mass.
Saying we can bang, it ain't no game, we untamed. Whether it's fame or we can aim, release your brains, it ain't no thing. You're insane, we living in pain, and it's a shame that you came and got trained to listen, man, stay in your lane. Saying we can bang, it ain't no game, we untamed. Whether it's fame or we can aim, release your brains, it ain't no thing. You're insane, we living in pain, and it's a shame that you came and got trained to listen, man, stay in your lane.
When I'm up in the soul, I get to representing the city, get the gang, holding your brain, cause I'm a disaster. Deliver the wording, and listen, I'm an answer. Leave 'em in the rhythm, because I'm a style master. And I'm not impressionable now, just so you know, I make 'em sweat, cause I'm best with the flow. Whenever you wanna flex, we can go, keep stressing your code, and I'm gonna get back on the flow. Me and West in the flow line. Cause the energy is the bomb, I can tell that you fast.
Don't fucking take it, you fucking bitch.
And if they won't hear it and get it, forget it. Stop. Keep babbling on, I'm rattling off at the mouth while we're traveling. Never thinking that I'll be speaking about the things that I'll be doing. Covers coming up out my mouth. It's all about the road with you and you. And I can stop with the drop of the caribou. And if it's on the pop, and it's still with you and you. And I won't hesitate to chop you and chew with you. What they do with you. And if you're looking for the better and the veteran, so come bust. You got the Cali gun for blood. And if it don't be for some blood, you will do it. Take on the gun down the gun.
Levels a chop, local chopper, that type of thing is a chop.
You gotta go and knock your block off. You never see it coming, hit you when we gonna, you running, we walk off. Cause it's for them bet that we won't. And we coming head, And we won't stop till we get to the top. You in the way that we meant was chop, chop, chop.
Strange music, bitch. 7 years of excellence. T.O.G. and N9NE. Real numbers, bitch. Now from us to you. Tech 9 collabos. Welcome to Misery Loves Company. And for all the haters, fucking peasants, super motherfucker. Figure it out.
Yo, however do you want, however do you need P. Mama, bring it back to life, back to reality. You walk a fine line playing with mine, the greatest story ever told in rhyme. We climax in 95 with them raw raps, it's not the skin on y'all cats alive. Take your time, don't rush the clock. Infamous rock for good years past like my guns on lock. Hold the cot down slow, but assuredly spoon feeding these starving ass heads, catch shakes fiendishly. Eyeballing this, word destroying this, pride recording this. Of course, kids keeping they sights upon this. Exclusiveness like some new type of kicks. They got the things Vic, walking past the wrong man in my clip. You get charged with intent to kick that boost. Welcome to the legend's host.
Yeah, we the man for the operation, you know the ammo. BBs, warrior style, rare species. Catch us in your block on your widescreen TVs. From Jones Beach to overseas, from over there, it's right back to the beats. Longevity, you know the great grand CZ. Yeah, all my QC done, it's so real, we hold it down. You was yours, we was ours, we stay on the firm ground. Past the touch of while I handle the handy thinking. They never catch me sleeping, stay on top of this properly. I know they watching me, if not, they probably waiting for the damn force. Keeping on the property, we got the remedy. Let them get a little cold, let them smell the tree smoke. Hit it with a blow and let nobody know the snakes in the grass. You gotta watch where you move, son. Shots get low, don't ever run with the crowd, son. Stick and move, you hear me? And that's the way we rock it. The only way to live if you really think about it. Every move is humble with precision. Careful thought decisions, and my whole could see the same vision. 41st till I delete the part till then. I'll be somewhere getting bent up in a den, sipping gin. While you shook cat just pretend to be something that you're not, and that's not good, my friend. On the personal, I ain't even feeling you cats. Don't even acknowledge the fact that you weak rap, you got to catch that. On the reg, laugh at, son, you know we past that. Get them out of here, cause you can have it.
4 pounds, stumbled off ground, fire off many rounds. I heard return fire, 3% of the times your dogs is wives, acting like girls, be feminine when handling guns. You can run and take the window, son, or feel it's hot one. We rip all stripes, done, without a fight stump. We keep the house dope like pop pennies. We twist and pop hennies, getting wet on the daily. And pins get Jimmy turning max fully. Now they banded, caught red-handed, and got remanded. Fought a 1-3 for VOP and NCCV. It sent me on a hug tour state facilities. What could I do but sneak burn a tree or a tobacco leaf? Been waiting till my time, serving get release. Cool, back on the streets, I seen some old drama. I still hold heat, send your ass straight to trauma. These kids started grinning like they ready and willing. I gave them exactly no time to switch feelings. Pulled out, so my man, look out, commence the warfare. Rock the sleep like this here, 72 like as if I was back on the tip. I was up thinking how I'ma tear the ass up out the basket. Belligerent glass heads, I'm bashing. No knowledge of the man or his accent. Well, class now is incessant. Soldier boy today's aim is never show your heat and don't flame it. You playing life with a man who lives by the sword and dies naturally against all karma and laws. What? Speed on to get peed on.
Yo, we the man for the operation, you know the MO. BBs, warrior style, rare species. Catch us on your block or on your widescreen TVs. From Jones Beach to overseas, from over there, it's right back to the beats. above the glass ceiling where everybody's nervous. This is a corporate. And I see drag down kids who act like little girls. I even seen almost stopped on the Pearl Street last week doing promotional work for D August. This is the part of the biz I really hate, yo. Having a politic with fate and just for my breakthrough. Real soon it's gonna be some stressful nights when the shakes in the MP come and snatch the mic from the likes of Marcus. MC got their focus on the drive ever since the days of triple darkness. After my riveting speech on love and peace, podium and threw a cover my wrist. But that's a lofty bliss, which is only a test to us. After we passed it, we blasted you up the must. They fled to Babylon to escape the same song for a fatherless child. Kid, you gotta stay strong if you want. You lose.
Damn, so close. Should have gone and tried to score like. Yeah, I feel like I can't carry with this thing. Yeah, you need to be like, ¡vámonos, cabrones! Motherfucking dogs. Let me go check on them. Feel like my lady's got them loose. Bad news list. Do Norteño Riders have a BNL? Bad news list. And I'm pretty sure they do. I'm pretty sure the Norteño Riders operate the same as the NF, but just don't tax all crazy, I guess. Say hello to Tech 9. Would you respect mine if I wasn't Tech 9? This ring. But he's an expert. I gotta learn how to use this phone. I gotta learn how to use Greninja. Same with fucking the tree. Oh, you know what? That's who I should buy. But I don't got money. Let me see if I can use those double their coins or whatever the fuck. Oh, there they are. For a day? Yeah. 35, I did use it on the buddy barrier, huh? Damn. Solo Bolo. There we go. He's ranged attacker. Yeah, I don't know how to use Greninja much, but I'm using them. Watch out. That's funny. Watch out. Lookout blocks, baby. Lookout blocks. Nice. He needs the scarf. That's what he needs.
more than ample 8 gigabytes a second with nice.
Before Joe Rogan had the entire LA comedy scene on check, making sure that everyone was nice and supportive of each other, the comedy world, the stand-up comedy world was dark and ruthless. If you think about it, Carlos Mencia was really the last person to take advantage of this old school mentality or a way of doing business, and he paid dearly. Now that Joe Rogan is gone, everyone is starting to trash each other openly, and even the so-called famous OGs, George Lopez, are going after smaller and younger comics.
You know, there's this kid blowing up right now, this Ralph Barbosa. Kid's blowing up. And I'm praying for him.
Who is that?
Because I'm like, this kid needs a pass. I want this kid to get the pass. I want that kid to have it easy.
I'm going to tell you this.
Because we've had it hard. You harder than me.
You said that kid is blowing up. I don't know who he is. Where's he from?
He's from Dallas, Texas. Young kid, very, very young. Just did the Tonight Show.
No shit.
Did one of those HBO specials. The kid's selling out everywhere he goes now. And I think to myself,
Well, where's he going, though? You can't say everywhere he goes.
he's going to Wisconsin.
Well, to comedy clubs, though?
Yeah, comedy club in Milwaukee. He's doing great.
Yeah.
And I'm rooting for him.
If you're not familiar with Ralph Barbosa, he is a 26-year-old comic in Texas who recently started blowing up on social media. Great stand-up comic, and recently was on the Jimmy Fallon show, which is insane. And unlike George Lopez, he doesn't need to lean into the Mexican shtick to get laughs. Again, he's been killing it, and a lot of his bits online on YouTube get millions and millions of views, which brings me to the next point. There's no way that George Lopez did not know who Ralph Barbosa was.
Under getting funnier.
I will say something about you. First of all, I don't think you should be worried about independence, especially and Jeremy Barbosa. Jeremy Barbasol, that's his name. I don't know who he is. I don't mean any disrespect, but I don't know.
But it is up to us to the Ralph Barbosas of the world.
Nobody else is when you say his name, man.
I think it's great, and I'm doing it. I'm doing it.
And I don't mean to mean. I'm saying.
The man on the payroll. Hey, whatever you say.
I mean, but you look out for yourself. You have to look out for yourself. You know,
you putting me on this show.
But also, if you don't deliver, I can't help you.
I don't disagree. Of course.
Like, if you can deliver.
I don't help those who don't help themselves.
Now, something we need to point out is that Ralph is already at a point in his career that a mention in George Lopez on the podcast was not going to help at all. The George Lopez podcast got about 65,000 views, and the Ralph Barbosa Rogan episode has over 1.7 million views, which is crazy. Now, to be fair, he wasn't on the entire podcast, but he is still on the thumbnail of the title. So it's not a situation where George Lopez did any real damage, but instead is a perfect example of the old school rap mentality back in the day. Who cares if somebody does the way he does? In fact, if somebody does do everything alone, then good for them, but that's rarely the case. And that wasn't the case with George Lopez. I won't get into his personal stuff with his ex-wife and stuff. You can look that up. But he even says it himself that Sandra Bullock was the one who discovered him and gave him a spot in her movie.
Why are you stirring up so much with the OGs, man?
La Raza, why are you doing that, dude?
Yeah.
La Raza.
Saying like a Mexican's worst enemy is another Mexican. Oh shit. Yeah, it's true. I don't like these Mexicans. Okay, listen, obviously there's this beef, everybody's going around. I don't even know if it's beef. I don't think so. I thought it was fine. Started being on the road, and every now and then somebody could be like, yeah, George Lopez. Even before this George Lopez thing, my response was like, you're George Lopez. Oh, really? But I never found anybody yell that from the audience. Or any Latino comedian that go out. Whoever their idols were, I was like, I wasn't really like coming for them. It's just that when they would name them, I'm like, I don't know.
Sometimes it's a funny thing to say on stage.
Yeah, it's a funny thing. Yeah, I just think it's funny that they're just like assuming I like looked up to George Lopez. That's the thing I was asking when you came up, because you're 26. Yeah. Yeah. So I don't even watch. I don't think you ever watched it. Even when I was watching them, I was like, I don't get it. Oh, come on. That's hilarious. That's hate, bro. That's hate, bro. It was good. You gotta give it a chance, man.
Barbosa is 26 years old, which is a little bit older than me, but I did grow up watching George Lopez. Obviously, it was way after his comic special had aired. But overall, I thought he was really funny and could relate to some of the stuff that he would talk about. Not everything, obviously, but now looking back, he's also a great performer. Personally, or as a person, I don't think I'd be too excited to meet him, but overall, he does need some respect.
He was like, nice. I'm telling you, the dude called me after that whole thing he said. Like, I wasn't mad when he said it. Yeah. Cause like I'm telling you, like I have like a whole lot of respect for him still. I'm not when he said it, I'm not like, what the like hurt about it, but I also wasn't like, oh yeah, okay. It just was like, it's just what guys are talking about. Yeah. What if he said it? You know, like, he doesn't know me, so it's his.
He knows.
But it's his.
You don't say that 5 times unless
you know. But he called me. He was like super cool. I was kind of like starstruck by it, to be honest, because I wasn't expecting it. But,
how did he call it? Was he like
calling me, and he was just like, yeah, man, it's like, I was kind of like, in the heat of the moment where they're just kind of shooting with Trevino and kind of fired up about it, but I didn't mean to, like, talk badly about you like that, like, just kind of talk, you know, like, but I apologize. I was like, you didn't have to, man. I was like, I appreciate that a lot, like, you really didn't have to, you know, it's not like bugging me like that.
Dani, mi amor.
No, he's like, I did, I had to,
Aquí, güey, va a venir mi hijo para llevarla a recoger su vestido.
Okay.
I wouldn't have, I don't think it had to be public at all. I think it was fuck. Nah, bro. Then it would have looked like he's just doing it.
Anda bien mugrosa, ¿verdad?
Yeah, he's like, comic man.
Anda bien mugrosa, ¿verdad?
George Lopez apologizing. It was a respectable move. And I don't think he did it as tested because he's been in many controversies, way bigger controversies before, and he did in full. And I agree that it was better that if he did it privately, that he apologized privately. And either way, knowing or seeing now how George Lopez is, there is just no way that he's going to apologize publicly. So that's better than nothing. I also think there was some confusion there, but maybe they were just joking, but
it's that Steve Trevino guy. I'm starting to think he's the bad guy.
In fact, Steve Trevino dude was the one who was being brought in a good way, and the focus was started crashing. But the way the trend did was as if Steve was pushing George to just trash him and hype him up.
A lot of times people try to relate to a comedian. They talk about other comedians that are funny, and that's the last thing a comedian wants. So he's hearing this nonstop, and now he's on his podcast, and another guy's bringing it up, and he's like, yo, what the going on over here? I'm George, let's talk about me.
Maybe. I do know, like, at the beginning of that podcast, they were talking about, so I don't know, they went onto the subject of, like, you help the younger guys, like, George, don't buy it. Yeah. That's one of the reasons that he did it, because he was proving the, like, I feel like they could have named anybody and he would have been like, damn, guy. Yeah. I don't think it was that personal. I think it was very much like whoever it could have been. My name is arbitrary. Is that how you use that? Really?
Lopez wasn't doing a bit. He wasn't just trying to make the people laugh, because at some points, George Lopez even says that he only helps out people if they can back it up, otherwise he can't help you. Like if he looks at Ralph Barbosa, he would be the perfect example of somebody to get behind, especially now that he has a huge track record and a big portfolio of successful jokes that he has put out there. So to me, it sounds like George did know who he was and wanted to start out and smash. And the thing is, it doesn't even matter, because it's not like they're talking about it on the podcast, and then George doesn't want to bring up competition, which isn't even competition. The dude is like 40 years younger than George Lopez. And also, I hate bringing this up, but the channel, All Things Comedy, Drivers is not doing so well. Even himself alone, the George Lopez podcast. The final stretch. Maybe he has a few problems somewhere else, but at least on YouTube,
it's always tricky, man. I remember Chappelle was on Rogan, and Rogan is the best. He's always trying to like give everybody a shout out and put everybody on. And he was like, we're doing these great shows outside, you know, in the barn or whatever. And there's another guy who's doing a lot of great stuff online. And this guy he's doing these videos online and turning your phone, and he's writing jokes and these images. And Chappelle just goes, yeah, I don't know about that slideshow. I do stand-up comedy, and it was just like, I remember watching it.
He figured out a new way to do comedy. He figured out a way to do internet, Instagram, tagging.
Okay,
No.
Damn, like I was upset, and then I realized that like it's a probably similar situation. People are thinking they're gonna connect with him by going, hey, check this guy out. He's also funny, and he's a
Fuck yeah.
hear about that shit. You want to hear about how he
Now, I think it's funny that Andrew is still talking about the Dave Chappelle situation.
I don't think he'd be attacking it still, right?
But I get it. But not too long after Ralph did the podcast, he uploaded a picture with Dave Chappelle on stage, which is insane. Again, the dude is only 26 years old and is completely crushing it to be on stage with Dave Chappelle as a young stand-up comic. That's just awesome. And after seeing Compass Hill on Joe Rogan, I wouldn't be surprised if Ralph was on there very soon. And for himself, it would be the complete opposite of what Lopez did for Ralph. At the end of the day, this only benefited Ralph Barbosa because everyone was talking about him and he got to talk about it on his podcast. And it might have been
Fuck, why'd I go this way?
People. Listen, I don't expect him to go out there and help everybody, but to go out of your way to make sure that's a bit extreme. So because of that and other things that I've heard of him, I'm not a huge fan of him as a person, but you know, you gotta give him.
I'd be all sad if we lost.
And he is a great performer and was pretty funny back then. And also, once again,
You win!
Did it. El Huitlacoche. Chao. She's right there. Mushy? Fuck me. Fuck me. Tú se las pusiste.
You can do it.
I threw my freaking alt or the thing too early.
You lose.
Mi nombre es Tina y soy una paciente Sergio. Hoy estamos celebrando mis 15 años. Estoy muy feliz porque todos mis amigos y familia están aquí conmigo. Lo de mi maquillaje es un detalle chiquito, pero cuando mi mamá y yo fuimos a escoger los vestidos, no estaba muy segura de lo que quería. La señora me mostró uno y ese me encantó. Cuando yo salí y vi el vestido en el espejo, me sentí como una princesa.
A los 10 años, Tina fue diagnosticada con un tumor cerebral y fue referida a St. Jude Children's Research Hospital para salvar su vida.
Yo siento que este es un momento muy importante porque como una paciente de cáncer ya muestra que pasamos por ese tiempo y estamos bien. Y eso es gracias a Dios.
Únete a la batalla para salvar vidas ayudando a St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Llama a nuestro sitio web ahora.
Ready, go!
Level 1 item sucks. Level 1 item sucks.
What's up? You win!
Need to go fix my items. Oh wait, no, not here. To the ground, one to the left, and one to the right, and one to the left. Tap the hands twice. Makes me real mad. Yo, what up?
What's good with you, baby?
Chilling on my third account, trying to go to master.
Hey, are you in Ultra yet?
Almost. I'm in vet 2, I think.
And fucking how much can you get me I saw in chat, I wasn't even tripping. I saw in chat you already used the
Mm-hmm. Yo, you still on your bed? You like muted.
No, I was on the call.
Oh, okay.
But yeah. So how much could you get me? Could you still get me a capture for 40?
Yeah, I could. Well, I'll see what's available. But yeah, man.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, let me know, cause fucking, I'm probably about to return this OLED since I really don't need it. Cause I already have the other Switch. Because I can still get full price for it because I got the receipt and shit, and I still got my other Switch. But the dock's been acting a little funky. But I just looked up a new dock for like $26.
Nah, if you're gonna return it, just return it. That's probably the reason why. Just say, hey, the dock doesn't work.
No. The fucking these guys are idiots. Anyways, I just watched. There's 3 people top in my game. Anyways, the OLED is fine, but I'm thinking about hitting the Whoop and just putting the barcode from my OLED on my. Oh, actually no, yeah, I'm just gonna put that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna return the Switch with the OLED dock.
Exactly.
Yeah, there we go. Working smarter, baby, working smarter. But yeah, anyways, I was gonna say, but yeah, I'm just gonna do that and get myself some, a mic and some other shit, a new Pro controller, all that shit, for my other Switch, and my streaming shit, mic, nice headset, portable streaming shit with the money I got, because I didn't pay for this shit. The Thought Box got me the fucking got me the Switch, and it got me the OLED Switch and the PS5. So I'm keeping the PS5. And I might even
definitely keep the PS5.
I know. Yeah, this is fucking gnarly. I'm like, people are nuts. This dick is crazy.
They're not worthy.
Bro, I just completely outplayed this Ninetales as Goodra 1v1. And I know that their soul hurts.
How you liking Goodra?
I love Goodra. Goodra's banned in all pro play.
Well, I mean, it's too new, I think, right?
Oh no, it's too broken. It's not that it's too new, it's too broken. Yeah, I just 1v1 Ninetales. Bro, I'm a defender. Let's remember that. Goodra is a defender. But it does stupid dumb damage. I love how these motherfuckers leave me in the lane 1v1 by myself and then want to try to come here and steal this shit from me. Like, have they lost their minds? Oh, look at that. I wonder what teammates are. Oh, let's get ready. Stop to here and make this play. My teammates are so bad. That's gonna get like this game is so easy, It's Pokemon Unite, bro. It's not League of Legends. No. Sorry, my bad. My bad, bro. You know how it is when you're gaming, bro. You're good. I'm trying to be as quiet as possible because I'm over here. Because I was, and I'm also in Discord with my other buddy. No, I'm over here at McDonald's because I'm stopped here because I came up here. Work got called off early because the system every time they try to do something wise, they fuck up. They tried to implement a new system and update it at the same time, crashed our system. Fucking just crashed our whole fucking system, dog. And now they had to call it to shut down the warehouse and shit. So I'm just like, okay, this is dope. People are idiots. So yeah, so I was waiting here for my homeboy to come pick me up and make a play on that shit. And then I'm just playing some United in the meantime, but the young guy in the downs I was working when I went by. My man, that's Jordan, my man. I wouldn't go my man.
No, you're good.
Got a little hype in the McDonald's. Got a little hype in the McD.
Yeah. They go down at McDonald's.
It does, bro.
It does. Rumble made the place.
Because, bro, I got my fucking Wi-Fi from T-Mobile. $30 a month. $30 a month for this, and I can plug it in, Ethernet, great shit. Like wherever there's a T-Mobile tower, I'm good. And it's wonderful. It's wonderful Wi-Fi. I will say that. 5G.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, I just pull that out of my bag, plug it up, and be set. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the difference is crazy from level 10 to level 1 to level 10 items.
Yeah, it is quite ridiculous.
Fucking crazy difference.
Bro, Gudra is just nasty. I love his mom.
He halted on me, that motherfucker.
Goodness, bro. You over here bald?
Yeah, I fucked up my throat the other day.
That's what I fucked up my throat the other day.
Yeah, bro, I was fucking smoking, ash went in. I was like fucking coughing it out, and I was like, oh man, so it fucked me up. I don't know, like something, and then I just like felt sick the next day, so who knows? Oh, we're on fire, we don't need this.
These guys are really bad.
Bet 2.
Bro, I just did the ultimate sneaky move and just scored 100 points on that base. Everyone just walked past me like it is. Damn, I was so close to having that Unite move. I was about to clap him.
I'm gonna see if I can carry this Dragon Knight all the way to Master. Oh, I don't know. How long am I gonna be playing today? My wife's gonna go to Selena, so they're gonna go do dresses.
Oh shit! So we playing today? We playing?
We might be playing today.
Are we playing today?
We playing
shit,
today.
Okay, we playing today. I'm setting up. We playing today.
We playing today.
But, yo,
I like the
no,
way. That's hilarious. I love that shit.
He's like, oh shit, for real? Oh, for real? We playing. That's funny to do. Once I gotta go. Get up.
Feeding.
I said you're feeding?
What's up?
I said you're feeding?
I'm feeding.
Oh, good God. Don't do it, but don't do it. Look, right?
Yeah, it's hard to carry motherfuckers that don't push.
Right. That's just so hard when you make. I mean, I just know it in general. Like, you know, doing it on League of Legends. I haven't done it, and I only have one account. Like, I need to make it up. But yeah, it's so fucking hard. And they don't want to fucking push.
trouble.
Si quieres, I mean, your cousin's here. Simón. Simón.
¿Serio?
Pues ¿cuánto?
Pues nomás para comprar ahorita comida.
Pues llévate lo que está allí. Está como like 50 cents, no más. Llévatelos. Haz tu guesstimation. Oh, you know what? Let's go
Como
top.
60. It's okay. Dejo bien. A ver si voy al súper. ¿Te
Okay,
acerco
mami.
algo? Ya no tarde, ya viene. ¿Traigo uno?
Ah, fucking altered on me. No, estoy bien, mami. Estoy bien, gracias.
No me tardo, porque a mí tiene cosas que hacer.
Oh. 2 ults on me.
Who you playing as?
The bunny.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, center ace right now. Yeah, just trying to
Yeah.
carry. Trying to get
Oh,
it.
yeah. Like I said, why wouldn't you play him if you're
Yeah, right. Like I
trying to
feel like
yeah.
I'm cheating at this
Yeah.
rank, but with such low
Yeah,
items,
that-
it's like nah, I'm not really cheating. I feel like I'm handling.
Yeah,
it.
the fuck.
I feel like everyone's at
Exactly.
30 plus or 20 plus.
That's funny.
Yeah, everyone's at 20 plus here for sure.
It's like, yeah, fuck 'em. I'm at my final form yet. They're lucky.
The final stretch. You can do it.
Of course, right when I'm about to buy some fucking tokens, then the match he wants to pop.
You're in trouble.
With your veins and vicious, gnarly, why wouldn't I? Be broken not to. You know?
What are you trying to do? Attack, fool.
They don't know what they're trying to do, bro. That's exactly why they're confused and mad. Because they're trying to do something, they just don't know what they're trying to do. So of course they can't get no help because they know what they're trying to do. I can't help you do it.
Mm-hmm.
Niggas in school in here, so make no damn sense. Fucked up as a football bat, you know what I'm talking about? Like a soup sandwich out here.
3, 2,
You know?
What?
Yup.
Nigga, no, shut your. Yeah, I learned that from this old head my old head Gunny when I was in the Marines. And he said, "You're as fucked up as a soup sandwich, boy." He says, "Out here looking like a football bat." I was crying when he was roasting old boy. I'm like, bro, what are these sayings coming from?
Almost.
He's waiting on my boy to pull up. Get another match in.
Oh, he's gone. All right, hold on. I'll be back.
Did you know PowerPoints were originally printed on actual 35mm slides? Since 1987, PowerPoint has been used to create presentations on your computer, but delivering them used to look very different. Today, you can share, edit, and review your slides right up until you present, and then easily display them on a TV or even remotely. But back then, you had to send your slides to a lab days or weeks in advance to be printed on 35mm film and projected. With no chance to make changes, those big meetings were a little more stressful. Subscribe for more from the Microsoft Vault. Unlimited 5G for just $25.
Free Samsung Galaxy 5G. Perfect.
You're perfect. I love you. Oh.
Switching at unlimited 5G, just $25 a line, plus a free Samsung Galaxy 5G. Infused with nourishing serum and almond oil, Vivi essentially enriched lotion of oxidant goodness for smooth, luminous skin. Because self-care is all a matter of perspective. For goodness that keeps going, nourish on with Nivea.
Spring into savings with 40% off the Spring Shop, only at Hobby Lobby. You'll find exclusive seasonal products, including spring table decor and more. Stop by your local store or visit us online at hobbylobby.com.
Yes, that is 10 minutes. Minutes away.
I'm not about to try to find the details. Yeah, fuck that.
Since I grabbed
That's it. Another win, basically.
Not all. Sue. Yeah. No.
go down by the shelter. I know it's fine down there. But I mean, y'all better let me grab my. I'm not gonna hit the button. You ain't about to buy the Switch. I'm about to hit the button. But the Switch on Best Buy. But also how they stand, like they stand at the bottom of the base. So they don't stand the Switch. They stand the base. So I'm going to switch to OLED with the and return everything. Everything on a gift card? Downtown. What was Literally downtown. Like literally behind bar. I don't know why that shit started. I don't know why that shit okay. I said, my nigga went crazy on that one. But, you know, fucking, my favorite, a young nigga that's rapping, fucking, can't tell me about the young nigga. Go back. That nigga don't fit. That nigga don't fit. That nigga don't fit. Like, nigga don't fit, bro. You can't tell me. You can't tell me to miss that. And like, that nigga gets all the shit for straight. Oh yeah.
She don't try to act like she said she missed. She don't try to eat it all. She feels honest like around these hoes. Treat me like a prison. On the funny, I need hope. I was trying to tell you. Then I swear I had the bitch. Put attention. Bitch, you tripping. I got enough cheese. I could buy a bitch. I told my girl, I know more than she be in this feeling. I'm trying to fly out the turf. But that this bitch, they tripping. You know I love her, feeling hurt. I'm paying attention. Trying to cut niggas on and everything that with it. I'm trying to niggas say they over this and I'm spinning. I'm tired of bitches shaking ass, get mad when I hit it. I put that shit be changed. You gotta know it gets different. Every time I turn around, they say I'm top of business. And I get my niggas down, it's shit different. But I don't get it. I want to get it. Man, I'm gonna get it from there. Fucking all the kids, they don't get it. I don't get it. I'm saying you know, I got these in the baby joke, cause story I'm saying you out here doing it. How you ain't gonna tell me that? I go see you feel switch. I can't to the deal with shit. Switch so the color dress the break so they killers. They take from you niggas who I take it. I need a circle pipe was what he trying to change. That's the talk. I had to do it like I brought a little gun. If don't he beat up place the order for another gun. Lucky how we come, fuck his name, we call him lady clubs. Niggas say my name, they better speak up. When they back out to the truth, does that is beat up? It's just like my life is to be. Hello, here go your piece of Rio, I did junkie, just a real street. You can slide around.
Boy, back, baby. Man, he really out there in the hood. Got the whole cipher and everything.
I was at high speed, but I was getting with me and getting me. I want to be.
Bro, that's like a 0.3, 0.4, some shit like that. Nigga said, oh, damn. Yeah, bro. Like, hey, Siri, call Connections check-in number. Hey, Siri. Oh, actually, fucking, am I still on here with Wheezy? That's funny in the bitch.
What's Gucci?
Wheezy.
What's good?
Yo, bitch ass been in my...
No, I just got back. My baby and my lady was leaving with her cousins and whatnot, so I was like saying bye to them. And I just...
Bro, I got on the phone and forgot to exit Discord. I was about to make a call. I'm like, why isn't Siri listening? Then I saw Discord fucking buzzing at the top of my phone.
Oh, tell that bitch to listen. Tell that bitch to listen.
All right, well, shit, fuck it. I'm going to jump and call in a sec. I'm about to roll up. And I already rolled up, about to smoke a blunt with the young nigga.
Hell yeah. Hit me up. I'll be here.
I bet.
All right.
Bet.
Spark 6. About to spark 1.
Ready, go!
Ah, Sancho's. Shoot.
On the planet. So when you talk about modern climate
Just
change and
younger
we're
guys.
arguing about
Yeah.
CO2
Yeah.
and like a tenth of a degree, I don't care. I mean,
Yeah.
it's fine. Look, that's not to say pollution, bad. Treat the planet good, yes. Like, let's clean up our act, do all that stuff. But
We have bigger
it's relatively rough. It's huge, right? But it's also limestone, which is much easier to carve than granite.
Yeah.
But there's not, I mean, when you get into tool marks, maybe we can talk about that in a bit, but it's like these tubular drills and the actual saw cuts, circular saw cuts. You see all that stuff in basalt, granite, diorite, the really hard stones. You don't see it as often in limestone. That was much easier to. I do think that it was very, very likely the dynastic Egyptians who carved the head of the Sphinx. I 100%.
And dynastic Egyptians, for everybody listening, that's 4,500 years.
From the start, yeah, up until about 30 BC. So their civilization spanned a good 3,000 years or thereabouts, like from 2,500, 3,000, 2,500 to 30 BC with Cleopatra.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Now that takes us to the Younger Dryas.
Right.
So what the fuck is happening? Well, can you explain to people why an ice age isn't like the movie? I think the common perception for humans is when it's an ice age, everything in the world is completely frozen over. Nothing can live except the little squirrel in the sea.
Oh, the ice age. We're in the ice age. We're still in it. We're in an interglacial period in an ice age right now.
So if there's glaciers,
53 degrees in New York while we're filming.
Yeah.
So it's gonna get hotter? That's crazy.
Ice ages are great. Well, yeah, it's not snowball Earth. Like, it's not this planet snowball idea. Millions and millions of years ago, there may have been periods like that. But no, Ice Age and the glacial maximum refers to like when we had the Laurentide, the Cordilleran, and the European glaciers. These 2 miles of ice that were sitting up on top of the northern hemisphere of the planet. It was generally colder, but there were plenty of temperate zones and even tropical
So
zones.
essentially, it's a percentage of glacial ice that qualifies a time period to be an ice age.
They generally go on like the extent of the glaciers, and so we can see from glacial till and the moraines and all of these geological features about how far the glaciers extended. We would have been buried under a couple miles of ice right here, back in that period. But it's also the sea levels were 400 feet lower because all that water's up on the land now, all that now sea levels rise, all that stuff, and so that abruptly ended, and so we've known it's kind of interesting. It's all work that's happened in the last couple decades, really, that has really advanced our understanding of what occurred at the end of that last glacial maximum, because it was violent. Like, that's the thing. It turns out it was tremendously violent. Like,
again, so we understand this. The Younger Dryas is the Ice Age, or is the violent time?
The Younger Dryas is essentially the boundary between what we would call the Pleistocene, which was the glacial, like the end of the, like we would generally call it the Ice Age, but that's like the glacial maximum, and the Holocene, which is the era we're in now. This nice warm weather that's been pretty stable for 10,000 years or so. Like that's where we live. It's the reason. It's the reason why we've got a civilization.
Gotcha.
The Younger Dryas is the transition point between that, and it gets crazy wacky in terms of. So we're kind of,
something happened 12,000 years ago.
Yeah, 12,800 years ago. It's a period between 12,800 years ago and 11,600 years ago. And if you go back, it's this tumultuous time. So we kind of have learnt this from ice core data. So we go and drill down in Antarctica and Greenland, and we drill down because right down into the ice, and you extract these big tubes of ice, because every year, the snowfall gets laid down on there and it's compacted, and you can do analysis on it and look at things like oxygen isotopes and determine temperature and accumulation of snow and all these different things about the
So
past.
a similar thing, almost like the trees and rings.
Yeah, pretty much.
You're doing that with ice.
With ice, and you can go back hundreds of thousands of years. So what we've learned is that something happened. Like, we're coming out of this more or less warm, gentle. We're warming up from this, glacial maximum. And then all of a sudden, it just goes boom down to these severe cold for 800 years, and then it boom jacked back up again by another event, and then it's this gentle warming thing that gets us up to more or less the temperature we have now. But there's this really violent period in between called the Younger Dryas. You go back further, there's ups and downs as well, but the other thing that correlates to the Younger Dryas is this extinction event. We've known about that forever, right? We've dug up mammoth bones and, saber-toothed tigers and American lions and short-faced bears, like all these giant animals. It's not the dinosaurs, but they were here.
Animals that exist now.
Animals, well, no, it's animals that were here, but only some 12 to 13,000 years ago. So it's the megafauna extinction. Think about the mammoths. Like, some people get
megafauna for the people.
Well, megafauna is like any mammal or large animal with a body weight, I think, over 40 kilograms.
So woolly mammoths.
Yeah, woolly mammoths. We are megafauna. Yeah.
Oh, us too.
Me in particular.
100 pounds.
Oh, wow. Definitely megafauna. So 80 pounds-ish, something, 90 pounds, something like that. So, and the crazy thing is, as many species of megafauna that there are alive today, that's basically how many went extinct in a very also in that Younger Dryas period, like 11,600 to 12,800.
So Younger Dryas is not the event; it's the time period during after the event
Yes.
before things happen.
Yeah, so it's this period of time where it's this tumultuous time. We've got these crazy swings in temperatures. We've got these massive sea level, it's like these multiple pulses where the sea level rises tremendously, very violently, and we've got an extinction event now. All tied into this one period from ice core samples, and now, since 2007, there's more than 160 papers that have also shown there was a cosmic impact at that time. So digging in that layer, so in that same layer in the dirt, you dig down the strata layers, you can date all that stuff, where those megafauna bones are, a lot of the extinction bones at that same layer, that's where we find what you call impact proxies, so shock synthesized nanodiamonds, magnetic. So it's basically the impact, and it's the byproducts of extreme heat and pressure, and like soot layers and carbon, and like all these different indicators of basically cosmic impacts, like these gigantic explosions.
So this is what the Carolina Bays thing is.
Well, the Carolina Bays may or may not. It seems like it ties into this event, but no.
Let's not go there then.
Yeah, it's like a fallout. It's almost like splash damage. It's Carolina Bays is just a byproduct almost of a big cosmic impact. This is like the same. This is like just unimaginably violent events. These cosmic, either it's airbursts or it's huge impacts of stuff that's like a mile, 2 mile wide, coming in at 40,000 kilometers a second kind of thing. And just pounding into the earth, and then it creates these tellers, these microscopic telltale signatures like magnetic carbon spherules, shock synthesized nanodiamonds. There's a whole list of them. There's all these a lot of these scientific papers that have now figured that out.
Evidence of impact.
They call it impact proxies, yeah. So it's the thing we don't quite have are craters. Now that's stuff that Randall is working on, but you've got to also imagine some of these impacts, they might not have all been impacts, they might have been airbursts. There was a good.
What is an airburst? Sorry.
So it's where it blows up before it hits the ground.
Kind of what we see now with like what is it, shooting stars and stuff like that.
Yeah, there was a big one in Tunguska in Siberia.
Yeah, that's the Russian one.
Russian one, and
Isn't that impact though? That's
no, it
that's
was an
real impact.
airburst. It was an airburst. It
thought that
flattened a giant area. It was only a tiny little rock compared to what we would.
So it flattened an area despite it being an airburst.
Oh yeah, think of like a big bomb going off. It's just a shockwave comes down and just goes.
Oh, maybe
Massive
we need to get a picture up of that to show it because it still hasn't even recovered.
Yeah, in Siberia, right. Well, there's pictures of all these just trees knocked down by matchsticks, but you know, like acres and acres of it. Yeah, Tunguska.
So some people go, well, where are the craters if there's this massive impact? And what you're saying is you don't need a crater in order for the impact to have extreme damage.
Well, that's right. So you might have some remnant. It could have been an airburst. A lot of people mistake the research. The latest research really shows it was a series of impacts. It was or airburst. It wasn't just like one big one. There was a whole range of them.
Yep.
It's like an asteroid belt almost.
It was actually a disintegrating comet. This is a funny thing. So it's a comet Enki. Now this came into our solar system a long time ago. It's been broken up. There's actually it's formed what's a meteor stream. It runs around the sun and loops out. And we cross through it twice a year. It's the Taurid meteor stream. I think it's like June and October. So we sort of cross over it twice, right?
I think Graham talked about it in his series.
He does, and it's like we don't know if there's large chunks still in this. Like we do run into this same period, and there's a lot related to that time period in October. The Chicago fires of I think it's like 18 or 19 something.
The Great Chicago Fire?
The Great Chicago Fire
Was started by a comet?
It may have been an airburst, or it might have been a remnant, or even a gas bubble that came in from something. Because also on the same day you had the Peshtigo forest fire, which was like I think in southern Canada or somewhere like that. It's one of the craziest stories you'll ever hear because this huge area in the same time frame, there's massive fire spread like it's unimaginable conflagration, as well as what happened in Chicago, all in that same time period, the same time period when Tunguska hit, that same time of year when we're crossing this meteor stream. So it's like, this is not always these little shooting stars aren't always the friendliest of things. I think a lot of that ties back to this meteor stream and potentially this this event.
Blew my mind a little bit when I was watching Graham's piece because I think my perception is probably similar to most people, which is like there's been a couple comets that hit the Earth, like 1 or 2 every 65 million years, and then it's done. And then Mark showed me this picture of all the comets that have hit the Earth, right? He just sends me the picture. He goes, hey, look at this. And then I look and I go, wow, that's a lot of comets. And then on the bottom of the picture goes, since 1994.
Yeah.
I thought this was all that ever hit it. So, and I think it was, I don't know if it was you, but I know Rogan was messaging me about this too. Yeah, here's a big.
2013.
Just in 2013.
What, 19 years?
That's crazy. So, and then Rogan said this as well to me. He's like, yeah, we're in a shooting gallery. And
cosmic shooting gallery.
And it's better we don't think about things like this, by the way. It's better we assume it's just a big one hits and then like, okay, that's why there's that little hole near Cancun and then the dinosaurs go away and then we're back to normal.
Yeah.
It's better for the average person because I don't recycle as it is now. But if you told me it's possible that next year we're going to get hit by some big shit, I'm not recycling ever. I'm not going to do a single good thing for the environment.
Yeah, I was thinking that. Like, I do these political arguments we have. Like, how many genders are there? Half a million. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
We're gonna die in 4 days anyway.
Baby.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is happening between 12 and
11,006.
11,000 years.
So that's the Younger Dryas period, right? So. And that's the true key to me that unlocks the story of civilization, because if that event happened today to us, our civilization is gone. If we survive it, we will be knocked back to hunter-gatherers, and in a generation or two, we'll be sitting around the campfire telling ghost stories about plasma TVs and dancing around with black shiny rocks, trying to turn it on and say, well, this thing will give you answer to anything, and you can talk to someone or other. You know, it's magic.
Can you paint that picture a little bit? Like, if Younger Dryas happens today, what happens? Does a wave come?
Happens the entire world.
It depends where it lands, what happens. I mean, if you're anywhere near the actual impact site or the areas, I mean, you're just gone.
Every building.
Oh, done. I mean, if you're anywhere near, it's just instantly disintegrating.
The entire planet?
Not well, if it's big enough. I mean, that's the problem. Is that you go back far enough in these extinction events. I mean, some of them have eliminated like 99.9% of Earth of life on the planet. If that happens, it's game over. Like we're back to microwaves and let's start again. But it's it's sort of back to rats. It's whatever the hell crawls out of the pond the next time and give it. But it's. No, if something mediums or relatively small, younger Dryas, I mean, that's an extinction event, right? It knocked humans around, knocked off half of the big animals on the planet at the time, all of the woolly mammoths. I mean, there's literally anything near that event. We see this in some of the bones of these mammoth graves, right? It's absolutely crazy. Think about an elephant's femur. How much force it takes to break the femur of an elephant. There's literally, these elephants had their feet in mud and their leg bones are just snapped clean off. And there's hip bones up near their heads and they're just jumbled up. There's whole caves.
I get what you're saying. You're basically looking at this skeleton, and you've never seen an elephant skeleton being absolutely destroyed like this. And there isn't an animal big enough that's alive that's going to do it. It's not like there's some King Kong that's running around snapping elephant legs, right?
Yeah, well, yeah.
It has to be, they're either falling off of the cliff.
Well, their feet are in the ground. Like, there's literally, they're stuck, so their feet are still in this mud, and then their bones are snapped off, and they're all jumbled up. I mean, there's...
Oh, so they're standing there, and then they just
like this shockwave hits them. Yeah. In other places, there's all these megafaunas mixed up, bears and tigers and cats and trees, and just this, like, forest just all smashed up and jumbled together. They found
like a landslide.
Like a landslide, but it's much more violent. Like, it's essentially, I think what you're looking at is these things were hit by a shockwave as a result of this. Now, painting the picture, if it hits anywhere near an ocean, or if it lands in an ocean, tsunamis. Like that, so you have these, giant tsunamis moving at the speed of sound that might be half a mile high or whatever. It's just going to water destroys everything, knocks out all the cities. You probably have. I mean, forget electricity and grids and stuff. I actually think this is why some governments around the world are making these giant underground bases, which may have also been what happened in the past. Because they're having Turkey, right? Well, Derinkuyu, yeah, but also Egypt. There's evidence for this all over the world, and there's all sorts of strange
Colorado, the airport.
Yeah, Colorado, exactly. The airport, the Cheyenne Mountain up there in Colorado. That's like where NORAD is and everything. There's giant underground bunkers you can go. I saw a TikTok of a guy driving a big ass truck and you can just like huge.
And this isn't even conspiracy. This is known, right? Like it's like a doomsday bunker.
Well, I was going to say doomsday, but yeah, it's an underground bunker that's as big as, or twice as big as the airport.
Yeah, and they can hold like 4,000 people or something like that. This is end of civilization shit.
But the government's thinking about it. I saw an RFP. I know a guy who knows a guy who is involved in some government stuff. They put out an RFP.
What does that mean?
Like a request for proposal for tech companies to go, we need a drone system. You know, Prometheus movie, where they throw it up in the air and goes off and maps these underground. But they wanted that type of system that can work without GPS because they're interested in fighting wars in underground cities.
Because they think that
that may be where it might go in the future, so they're trying to
crazy. They're thinking about war even after a mass extinction event.
I mean,
that's us, man.
If there's an extinction level event, there's going to be violence followed very quickly.
You would love a series about this.
It depends where you are on the planet, how your luck holds wherever you are. I mean,
what were you saying about the Turkey thing or
Derinkuyu?
Yeah.
Well, so there's evidence for underground cities, ancient underground cities.
Yeah, all over.
Yeah, I think so. Definitely places like Cappadocia and Derinkuyu in Turkey, they could have held hundreds of thousands of people.
Have you seen any of these?
No.
This is incredible. So they basically carve cities out underground with access to air and water. There's underground rivers, so they knew where the river was and the water line was. So you have everything you need, but
that speaks to being very advanced.
100%.
Underground city, and we know where the water is, how to access the water.
Mm-hmm.
And how many people could they hold?
Well, Derinkuyu, I'm pretty sure was the figures. I think that's only a tiny part of it. I think it could have been 100. I've heard up to like hundreds of thousands of people, certainly more than 50,000 people. But same thing in Egypt, and there's rumors of this stuff all over the place. I mean, there's giant underground networks of tunnels underneath Saqqara, I think underneath Giza, all over Egypt.
Now, is it possible that they're using this during the time where there's tons of comet impact?
I think that's probably why. I mean, it speaks to someone who they may have known it was coming. Like, you've got these indicators, like if the Sphinx is marking the age of Leo, and you've got these alignments, I mean, they're pointing at that for a reason, because that time period is also that of cataclysm, right? at least in the last precessional cycle, the last 26,000 year period, it kind of lines up to it. And Göbekli Tepe, there's a lot of research done into that side as well. It may be an astronomical calendar and a historical one, but it seems to point at this time. It's like they're transmitting a message down through time. It's possible. That's telling us, look at this time. Like this time means something. This was bad. Like figure it out. And if they knew it was coming, maybe they were preparing these things as, you know, the doomsday bunkers, some place you could survive until it was the outside was nice enough to come back out and go, holy shit.
What's the stone that has the different constellations on it in Göbekli Tepe? Graham talked about in the
it's like pillar 13 or pillar
7 or something like that. But basically it has this like, maybe he might be taking liberties on it, but like an organization of the constellations happens to the last time the constellations were organized in that manner, there was a global cataclysm.
Right.
So it's like they're not usually organized like that, but when they are, this is when it was basically go time.
Yeah.
You know, and it lines up with the younger dries.
Okay, and where do they think younger dries did hit, and what do they think the damage was?
So I think it was a northern hemisphere impact. I think you're mostly looking at ice impacts onto what was the Laurentide and Caldera ice sheets covered most of like North America and Canada. I actually think that some of the Great Lakes region, Randall's doing a lot of really good research into what could be actual impact formations in the geology of the United States and Canada today. Because the other thing is we know that's where a lot of the meltwater from these glaciers came out, right? This is the evidence for... Have you guys ever been up to the Scablands, Eastern Washington State?
No,
you know about this place?
I've seen the videos. It's crazy.
Amazing. These giant coulees. We're talking one of these coulees, just one of several of them.
What's a coulee?
A coulee is like a canyon, but with no water.
Yeah.
Just like this giant, like Grand Canyon, but you know, much super wide, 1,000-foot high, 800-foot high.
It's also a racist term for Indians in South Africa. I got a little bit uncomfortable when you kept saying it. But
it's with a U.
Okay, I got it.
But it's it's the Channel Scablands, and it's basically the outwash of this water, these tremendous floods. We know now that, you know, this all happened at the end of the Ice Age, that it completely destroyed that environment. It carved up, it ripped through this land. I mean, you're talking about a single one of these channels, and there were multiple of them, you know, 50, 100 times the volume of all the rivers on the Earth at once.
Oh wow!
Like, you know, just almost like a billion cubic feet per minute. At where it all gathered up. It's just the catastrophic flooding. Just pour through, like the floods. So where it's carved that channel, the actual water was probably 300-400 feet above that, and it just ripped through here.
All the national parks in the United States of America are just remnants from the latest cataclysm.
America.
Cataclysms make some cool shit.
They do.
Like this is stunning. And if you go down to where was that, like southern Utah and stuff like that, you see these like, and even they're not cataclysms, but when you see exactly like the damage from the water damage from canyons creates some like stunning.
Dude, why can't it just be like gentle erosion over millions?
Well, that was the argument for a long time until you had guys like J. Harlan Bretz was a catastrophist, and then Randall Carlson was doing a lot of good work in this space. At least here in the Channel Scablands, they have swung around. So it's a long story. It comes back to religion, funnily enough, because the story of religion was always catastrophism, right? What's the story in the Bible? It's Noah's flood. It's the Great Flood, right? So that was always where we got our answers from. So you have the age of enlightenment, the age of reason starts, science has its beginnings, geology emerges.
Holy one. Fucking A, dude.
And for something like 60, 70 years, a stated goal of geology was to get as far away from the catastrophism of religion as they could. So think of it as like a massive overcorrection. They went out there and said, you go out and you have to explain every feature we see on the landscape with gradualism or uniformitarianism, which is the gentle, slow, erosive processes that we see in place today. Like the, you know, streams slowly eroding stuff, hills and shapes taking form.
That shit pissed me off, dude.
Textbooks. And some stuff is still explained like that, and it's frankly nonsense. So, but now we're sort of coming back in the other direction and going, you know what? Some of these landscapes and features are the result of catastrophic flooding, and at least up here in Washington State, they're like, yes, there's still arguments going on. Some people think it's like 50, 60 floods. Randall thinks it was 1 or 2. I think Randall's right. He has significant evidence for it. There's all sorts of problems with like how ice dams reform. It's kind of a convoluted, long story. But this does align, this model, this environment aligns with like the meltwater pulses. So everything wraps up and shows that in that period, that Younger Dryas period, when we had all this ice on land and it all ended up in the ocean in a big bloody hurry. It's like, you need an external source of energy for that. If you took that lump of ice that was on top of North America and you plopped it down in the warmest waters at the time, say somewhere around Indonesia, it'd take 30,000 years to melt. Yeah, it would still be here. But it melted in an incredibly short period of time, so you need this source of energy. Turns out, then you combine that with all of the strata work. So it's like the macro scale and the micro scale. The macro scale, we've got these catastrophic landscapes, the work of Randall Carlson. The micro scale, we've got all the work of the Comet Research Group, 160 plus peer-reviewed papers looking at the science. So we've narrowed in, we're like, God damn, this was a violent period. It probably knocked our species. Graham says we're a species with amnesia for this very reason. It's a great analogy. So turn all of this around. I think that's why catastrophism, the Younger Dryas, is the key that unlocks this longer story of civilization and human history, because now you've got all this other evidence, these stories that are embedded in religions and origin stories and cultures that speak of earlier times. Every culture out there is like, hey, our ancestors went through either flood or fire. It knocked them down. They had to rebuild. It's like, is this all bullshit?
Yeah, there's a flood myth in Mayan mythology. There's a flood myth in like Christian. I'm sure there's Indian. I mean, everyone.
Yeah.
But and this makes sense if these comets were hitting more regularly, and then you were experiencing these floods.
Dude, I think some of these tales include basic eyewitness accounts of these floods. If you go to the other vectors directly on there, you can pull up a few. The Mahabharata literally talks about swarms of meteors coming out of the sky. Revelation 8 and 9.
What's the Mahabharata?
It's Mahabharata. It's Indian Hindu story.
Okay.
Hindu epic.
Yeah, go to other vectors in there.
Oh, in this one?
Yeah. That's third one down. Yep.
Now, I guess my question is, if there's a gap between Hinduism's 4,000 years old, the Younger Dryas period is as many as what? 12,000 BC? So that's
No.
8,000 years old.
12,000 BC? No, just 12,000 years.
12,000 years, yeah.
12,000 years ago, sorry.
12,000.
So there's that 8,000 year gap. How does that story hold up for 8,000 years? If theoretically we went back to, and I'm not saying this to pick at you, I'm just curious, and I'm sure you thought this through. If we went theoretically back to a Stone Age, how did we maintain these eyewitness accounts for 8,000 years?
Well, I think they get deified, they get put into stories. That's like the oral tradition, that's how we transmit data down through time. Not only, I think, are there eyewitness accounts and stuff like this, Revelation 8, Mahabharata, all of these stories, that I think it's an oral tradition. And there's also evidence in all of these stories for celestial knowledge, for that same processional numerology I talked about. There's a whole book called Hamlet's Mill. It's a complicated book, but they essentially showed in that from all these cultures all around the world, there seems to be that same processional numerology, these 72s, this stuff that correlates to the cycles of the heavens and the cosmic world, is also encoded in these tales. In some cases, in civilizations where we know they had no clue about this. All of it points to like a common ancestor, a common progenitor of this story.
Yeah.
I think that,
Jungle.
to be fair, some of these things, the biblical flood, the flood of Moses, for example, might have been related to an event that happened called Burkle Crater, which was about 5,000, I think it was 5,000 BC or 5,000 years ago. There may be smaller events that have generated floods. Like, this isn't the only impact. Like, Burkle Crater was it would have flooded the Middle East right around the right sort of time. It landed in the Indian Ocean. 800-foot tsunamis hit Madagascar and the coast of Western Australia.
Yeah, that probably fucked India up too.
It would have washed up north, Yeah, so I think that a lot of this stuff gets transmitted down through time with oral traditions, and it gets put into these stories and characters and deified because that's how we retain that data and transmit it down through time.
And what was the timeline of the pyramids, the Great Pyramids, and the Younger Dryas?
Well, I mean, they're not. If you ask the Orthodox Egyptologists, they're not related. Like Younger Dryas, 12,800 years old to like 11,600. Pyramids started about 4,500 years old, according to the mainstream story. So 2,500 BC.
But it's possible that those pyramids could have been made 30,000 years ago.
It could be, or at least the structure, the base of them, a form of them that was there. Like I said, you can't really. It's very difficult to distinguish what the dynastic Egyptians did to it. They probably worked on them, repaired them, maybe done some of the work. We just don't know. That's part of the challenge of looking at this stuff. You have to factor in that a lot of it's been reused, and we have strong evidence of that. And when it comes to things like statues, because it's not just the pyramids. It's like I've recently a lot of work in looking at the precision that's evident in these vases that come from
That was
this
crazy.
time.
This vase stuff is. Can you get up some of the
go
the
to
vase
vases.
images? I mean, this
It's a vase director.
This is mind-boggling. Because really what you're trying to do is if your argument is that there was an ancient civilization with a much more sophisticated technology, you can prove that through artifacts that existed at the time that were beyond the scope of technology that traditional archaeologists believe existed.
Yeah.
So if you have it's hammer and chisel, is that the term?
I mean, stone pounders and chisels.
Okay, so stone pounder and chisel. If you have stone pounder and chisel, but you also have an artifact that couldn't possibly be created with stone pounder and chisel, that comes from that time or time before it, there either is another technology that is now long gone, or the timing is off on the pottery.
You just
Or
summarized.
not even pottery, the vase. So explain this vase thing. This blew my fucking mind.
Yeah, so that's you did a great job summarizing it right there. There are these artifacts that exist from, I would say, pre-dynastic times up until the very earliest of dynasties, like the Old Kingdom, right? But you talk going back 15, some of these have been found in sites that are dated back 15,000 years.
So they've been found in sites that date back
primitive burials that date back to 15,000, and everything else about these burials, they seem Mesolithic, right? It's a guy curled up in a fetal position in a shallow grave. A place called Toshka, for example, is one of these sites. They found this, and there's primitive pottery in there. Very much matches the Mesolithic times, but they also found
with the primitive pottery. And keep in mind, this is not pottery.
This is not pottery. These are vases that are made from extremely hard types of stone. Granite, diorite, porphyry, shit.
If I'm an archaeologist and I see some pottery and I see this vase, I see it in this gravesite, I'm gonna go, okay, it's probably made around the same time. This all makes sense to me. I'm not an expert in fucking geology. I don't know what this stone is here and stuff. What's that?
Engineering.
Or engineering. I'm gonna throw them all together. This makes sense. Then you get some fucking engineering nerds to look at it and they go, wait a minute, this isn't pottery. This is granite. Or
even, right? Yeah.
Okay, so what was the so this one right here.
Yeah, I mean, and so these vases display remarkable engineering characteristics, also precision. And so there's a lot of challenges when it comes to making this sort of stuff. It is tremendously difficult. So it's very hard to explain with the primitive tools and technology that we know those people had. So as you said, it either means there was a whole other technology and engineering process available to them that we have no evidence for, or the timing's off. And so they may have inherited them, because again, you're also writing about how they date stuff in ancient Egypt. If it's buried on a site and somebody wrote something on that site and they say, then they just pretty much go, everything from here is from this period, this time.
Yeah.
Based on the writing or based on the context of where it's
And it
found.
makes sense. But these guys aren't experts. They're not engineers.
It does, but it also rules out this idea of inheritance. It's funny enough that there's so many of these have been found, like 40 to 50,000 were found beneath one pyramid.
50,000.
40 to 50,000 of these hard stone vases, these remarkably engineered objects, but beneath one pyramid, Djoser's step pyramid, supposedly the first pyramid at Saqqara. And even then, the mainstream Egyptologists have been forced to admit that, okay, most of these were probably inherited. Like, he didn't have them made. They have to admit that, and they say, well, they're probably first and second dynasty, which is also nonsense because they go back thousands and thousands of years before that. So but after that period, like the third and fourth dynasty, this is what's so important about these vases, I think, is that they kind of disappear from the record. Like, they don't keep making them.
And why would you stop making something that was so
It's so
prolific?
easy. And well, they make an inferior product after that, made out of alabaster. You can see it's all handmade. They're beautiful. There was a whole other industry. But they're not remotely the same thing as these.
Explain some of the precision. This is where it gets well.
This is crazy because then most of these are under lock and key. Look at that. This is
yeah.
It's one of my favorites. Okay. Yeah. So they're remarkable, right? Hard stone. Very, very hard. Harder than steel. Put it this way, some of these vases, there's even a corundum one, or a lot of them have like inclusions of corundum. That's a 9 on the Mohs scale. The only thing harder than that is diamond.
a diamond.
Wow.
Is diamond.
And
It's
they've
10.
shaved it down with this level of precision.
And symmetry. It can stand like it's standing on like a
There's
tip
no
of an egg.
flat bottom.
Right.
Yeah.
This is a rounded bottom. So the vase needs to be evenly distributed in the weight in order for it to stand like that.
If I saw that today at a crate and barrel, I'd be like, I don't know. The final
Well, they go for big money because there are people understand the value in it, and I think the ancients understood the value in it too.
Well, that's why they're buried under the fucking thing. Like, if you have 30,000 of them, they're treasures. And they knew that they were treasures, and that's why they took such good care of them.
Yeah.
They knew that there was something different going on when these vases were made. And that's why you find them all in the same place.
Why were they never looted?
Well, they in some places they were. Like that's.
These guys are so
Joseph probably
bad.
looted from older tombs and buried them with him. And a lot of these were looted. Like he buried so many of them. I think a lot of them were smashed up. Probably had. At some point when they were looting down there, at that point, the Tomb Raiders are like probably trying to break them, looking for like he's full of gold. What the hell's in here? Like, and some of these assholes would scratch their names into them with a chisel. And it's just horrible writing that's on a couple of them. It's like
And that
doesn't
suddenly
match.
lacks the precision and all
100%.
that stuff.
So the precision is what's interesting. We've been able to eyeball these things. You can kind of look at them. No one yet, until just recently, has been able to actually analyze one of these things in detail. Now, I've put out a couple of videos recently about this. Been working with some guys, professional metrologists who work in the aerospace industry, making like turbine blades.
Savage
and super
Julian?
like these are guys that no shit
No.
professionals in this space.
Not a
they
savage.
have taken one of these vases that belongs to a guy actually lives here in New York.
Idiot.
Like a private collector, because you can't get to these in a museum. They won't. They're not interested in studying the engineering of these things. But we got one of these pre-dynastic granite vases, and we scanned it with a structured light scanner that scans it down to like the 1,000th of an inch, or for all the people out there that hate the imperial system that harass me all the time, 25 microns.
No,
or
we don't
less.
do that shit.
Yeah,
Give us the
okay.
inch
1,000th of an inch. I'm
Yeah,
fine
yeah.
with that too. It's just, this is just nerds go crazy about this shit. But it's and the results are truly astonishing. What we found by analyzing the scans of one of these vases, and that it has to have been designed and manufactured with a system that is incredibly precise. That can get things down to 1,000th of an inch. Now, bear in mind the width of a human hair is between 2 and 3 thousandths of an inch. So you're talking about precision and levels of geometric sort of sophistication that's half the width of a human
What
hair.
is down to 1,000th of an inch?
Well, so what you do is, and if you go to Vase Scan, there's a directory
one of the
called Vase
photos,
Scan.
or is it- oh,
This is just pictures of the vase, but I've got a directory called Vase Scan. You look at it and you go, okay, so the top of the vase, we can define how flat that is, right? And we can also say, well, think of that as a horizontal axis.
Yep.
And then there's the mouth of the vase. And what they do, if you go to Vase Scan, the directory, when you scan this thing, that's the vase that we scanned. So if you go to like the second and third picture here, so essentially we're taking the top of that vase, we've mapped a horizontal axis to it. Now we're mapping a cylinder to the neck of the vase using more than, I think it's 10,000 points of reference. So a very accurate representation of that neck of the vase. And you can compare it to that top. So we know, okay, that cylinder, once you map a geometric object to it, you can perform geometry on it, figure out what's its center line, what's its center point, all that stuff. It's perpendicular to the top of the vase perfectly within 1,000th of an inch.
Oh, wow.
And then you
basically the top is really even.
It is super even. But now you've got, think of it, now this vase we've defined like a horizontal axis and a vertical axis.
Yeah.
Now we can go and map geometric shapes to other parts of the vase, the cylinders to the lug handles, cones to part of the vase body, or a sphere to part of the vase body.
I just want to make it like digestible, because I heard you talk about this before. And so just for that top part, basically, if we assume the bottom is flat, the top is almost perfectly parallel to the bottom or the ground it's sitting on. That's what you're trying to say.
Yeah, so
in terms of precision, right?
Perpendicular and parallelism.
Perpendicular is when this
Perpendicular is the T,
fake
yeah,
column
90
that
degrees.
you guys are doing.
Yeah.
But I'm just trying to explain like how flat the top
Oh,
is,
yeah.
and that's why it's so impressive.
Well, it's flat. I think if you go to the first one, it's flat within like 4,000ths of an inch or something. It's insane. Like it's.
And then no ancient tools as we know them would be able to do that.
You
This
need
is
a
so-
level with
The point of this is this is so far beyond the realms of some dude banging on it with a rock or grinding on it with sand and a stone, which is how they say they were made.
Yeah. And
it's impossible to explain this with hand tools.
But this is the thing that's so interesting to me, is that like there's this sophistication bestowed upon a quite meaningless object.
Right.
Right?
It's a whole other thing.
A pyramid